Today we are rebuilding Aston Villa for the very first time on this channel. I couldn't believe it actually when I realized that. But yes, this Aston Villa side, of course, in the Champions League active right now. Not so great in the Premier League, not as great at least as last season where they finished in 4th place. There are players here out of position, so we need to fix this. But yes, we are at Aston Villa trying to make them the best team, not only in England, but in Europe. Of course, what is confusing me here is that players like McGinn at centre-back, and he's not even on a real minus here, but yeah, I'm still going to put him at left midfield, Torres at centre-back, and probably Onana at CDM. That is the best way we are going about our business here. Cash is one of the lower-rated players, so is Adinha is not so low-rated, but he's 80, but he's 30 overall, 30 years old. Not 30 overall, otherwise he wouldn't play here. Bailey is 80 rated. Rogers is of course a man for present and future. He's 80 rated at the age of 21, which is absolutely bonkers. There are of course a few players on loan to us, like Axel Disasi from Chelsea, 77 rated at the age of 26. Marcus Rashford from Manchester United, he's 26, 80 overall. And then where is he, the last one? I'm going to find him. Buendia is out on loan at Leverkusen, but Asensio is on loan to us. He is, along with Rashford, those are the two real staples on loan to us. So if we want to fix that, if we want to bring them in on the permanent, then we should do it this season. I've also gone with the gig and pressing style of play for the team from the Midlands, for Aston Villa, so that we can press the hell out of the opposition. Then there are two youth academy players. Certainly this Conti guy, 17, he's the goalkeeper, 62 overall. The other one is only 14, but I'm gonna promote Conti and then loan him out. We have sold the like of Courtney Hauser, who is a centre-back, 70 overall, and Luca Dean goes to Liverpool of all clubs for 25 million. That's good money we made. Because I just realized we've actually got Ian Madsen on left-back, so we don't need Dean anymore. We don't need to replace Madsen as well. We might need to replace Cash. That is probably the only one I want to replace in the first season. So our main signing of this season is going to be the new right back, a very well-known right back in the Premier League. He returns over there. By the name of João Cancelo, coming back from the Saudi League, from Al Hilal for 60 million to join Aston Villa back in the Premier League after his stint at Manchester City. Of course, Cancelo goes into that right back spot. I've also put Malen on the right, Rashford on the left, Madsen of course left back. We don't have a backup striker as this John Duran has left us to go to Saudi. That's why now we have gone in for Cancelo in return to get one from Saudi as well. As a rotational centre-back, I've gone in for a man who was already at our club. Thought that he would be a good option to bring in permanently. Speaking about Chelsea, Axel Disasi coming in for 12 loan million from Chelsea. And last but not least, bringing in another player who is on loan. And you guys might guess who it is. A winger, not Marcus Rashford though. I have decided to go with Marco Asensio for 20 million only from PSG. That is after 24 games this season, we are sitting in 6th place, just 1 point of Newcastle in 4th position, 2 points of Liverpool. We are still in a good spot here, 12 wins out of 24. And in the Champions League, we finish in the 11th spot on 4 wins, 2 draws, 2 losses, just about missing out by 1 point on direct qualification. Bayern Munich on 15 points in 8th place. And so, in the playoff round, we have a difficult opposition in Borussia Dortmund. So this is the first leg of the playoff round, away from home at Borussia Dortmund Stadium. Can we prevail here? It's a 3-all draw. Girassi, and Girassi with a hat-trick actually for them. Rogers with a brace for us, and Malen with the other goal, the former Dortmund player as well. This is second leg time at home at the Villa Park, and it's a 2-0 win. Malen and Rashford with the goals, 5-3 on aggregate. Malen brings his former club out of the Champions League. In the round of 16, we are facing Bayern Munich, another German club, at home. We've already faced them in the league phase, and it's a 1-all draw. Watkins gave us the lead, but Palhinha with the equalizer to Bayern Munich. Second leg time. Can we upset Bayern Munich just like we upset Borussia Dortmund? No, we lose this one. Como and Lima bring us out of the Champions League. They decapitate us in in the quarterfinals effectively. So season 1 with Villa is over and we finish in 7th place in the end, a whooping 11 points of 4th place. We are not in the Champions League in season 2, that is for sure. Manchester City are also 19 points ahead of us and the champions. The FA Cup goes to Chelsea over West Ham. We've been knocked out by Chelsea in round 3. And we nearly won our first trophy of the rebuild, just about losing out to Arsenal in the Carabao Cup final on penalties. That is brutal. In the end, the Champions League goes to Barcelona over Leverkusen, the Europa League over Athletic Club over Roma, and the Conference League to Chelsea over Real Betis. Having a look at the stats, 30 goals for Lee Watkins, 17 for Daniel Malen, and 16 and 12 for Morgan Rogers, who has grown to an 83 as well. Tielemans with 9 and 11, and even Cancelo coming in with 6 goals. I'm not gonna lie, we haven't had the greatest of seasons. Run-rub of the Carabao Cup final was probably our biggest success. 7th in the Premier League is alright, but not too great either. I wanna go to that next level with Aston Villa, constantly qualifying for top 4. That would be ideal. We've actually sold a whole lot of players at the start of season 2. John McGinn to Arsenal, Amadou Onana, he wanted to leave the club. That is a bit of a hurtful thing to happen here, but well, he goes to Man City. Tyrone Mings goes to Bologna, he's already 32. Kane Kessler Hayden to Burnley, Bogart to Luton Town. We have Louis Berry goes to Genoa, Barrenechea to Brentford, and even Philip Marshall to Al-Veda in Saudi Arabia, I believe that is. Wolves get Emiliano Buendia, who is also already 28, not real help for us. Leandro Dendonca to Leicester City, and Joe Gauchi to Genk with 2 loan moves. That is finally it. Meaning that we now have around 250 million in our bank. Crazy money. We certainly need a better CDM than Tielemans, because he's of course not really a CDM. He's a CM on a -1 and also 28 already. Ramsey is 24 80 rated. I don't know if we should get a better left midfielder. But for now, this starting 11 is looking great. The only thing, as I said, is probably replacing Tielemans. I have actually brought in a CDM replacing him with Tielemans in a straight swap deal. We've probably made a little bit of a loss, but I've gone to the Portuguese league. Going in for Morten Hjulman from Sporting in a straight swap deal. Yuri Tielemans goes the other way. In a second swap deal, I've also decided to bring in a new centre-back. Coming in from Serie A, he returns to the Premier League, former Chelsea player Fikayo Tomori, coming in for 40 million, and go in another swap deal. Axel Lisasi goes to AC Milan. Hjulman is of course stepping into that CDM spot. Asensio here plays on the left midfield. Not sure if he gets enough game time, but well, Tomori is the new starting centre-back. Ahead of now Pau Torres, who is 1 year old and 2 overall lower. I mean, Tomori has got a lot of room to grow still, and this team is now looking much more dangerous with the additions of both Hjulman and Tomori. This season we'll play Europa League football, where the target is to win the cup, so we know of season 2 we have done it. 4th position, 22 wins, 10 draws, 6 losses, 76 points, same points as Man United. We are in the top 4 and back in Champions League football for season 3. Brighton win the FA Cup over Huddersfield of all teams. We've actually made the quarter-finals before, no, that was the round of 16 before getting knocked out by Crawley Town, which is an embarrassment. The Carabao Cup goes to Spurs in a North London derby over Arsenal. Here we've been knocked out by Spurs this time, 3-0 on penalties. To Real Madrid in a classic over Bayern Munich. We've of course been in the Europa League, where we finished in 3rd position behind Atletico and Dynamo Kiev. Went straight to the round of 16 where we defeated Lille. Quarterfinals we got knocked out by Roma, who go on to win the Europa League as well over Chelsea. And finally, Man United win the Conference League over Shakhtar. 30-year-old Ollie Watkins with 35 goals, which is crazy. 42 contributions for Morgan Rogers, even crazier. And 19 for Malen. In my opinion, a quite good team, and we might be able to challenge for the Champions League next season. But first off, we need the right signings at the start of season 3. We've actually gone on and sold Ross Barkley to Nottingham Forest at the start of season 3 for 11 million. Meaning that we now have about 320 million in our bank. Crazy money for our signings in season 3. A good base. We are actually going in for one of Barcelona's biggest players at the start of season 3. With all the money we've got, no problem. Champions League football as well. Ronald Araujo joining us for 150 million, a record price for a centre-back. As a result, we sell Pau Torres to Tottenham because we didn't really need him anymore after the signing of Araujo. And finally, we sell another big player in Marco Asensio. We bought him in the first season, but now he's 30 years old, 81 rated. He goes to Brentford for 30 million. Still leaving us with a big chunk of money, 230 million if we want to sign more players. So our second signing this season is going to be a new left midfielder replacing Ramsey in the starting 11, coming in from the Spanish leagues. From Villarreal to be exact, it is Alex Baena joining us for a big chunk of money again, 80 million, a second player coming in from Spain. A player who used to play for Aston Villa, now had 2 years in Saudi Arabia to bag that Saudi bag, and finally he's decided to return as a backup striker to Ollie Watkins. Of course, you guys know who I'm talking about. It is John Duran joining us for a naughty number here, 69 million. After, of course, signing Baena, we've now sold Jacob Ramsey to Bournemouth for 46 million. And so that is now the team we are going into Season 3 with. Martinez up to an 89, the keeper. Araujo 89 rated. He's, of course, a new man. We do have Baena. He's only 25, 85 rated already. Watkins up to an 88. Duran, the backup striker, at the rating of 84, still only 22. So our team has now gained a lot of quality with those teams. After 24 games in Season 4, we are sitting in first position, 54 points, 2 ahead of Manchester City. We've won 60 just like City, drawn 6 and lost only 2. And even in the Champions League, we've finished in first place in the league phase, skipping the playoff round with 7 wins, 1 draw, 0 losses, ahead of Arsenal. At the first leg stage of the round of 16 against RB Leipzig, first away from home in Leipzig in Germany, and it's a 2-0 win. Yulman's Malen with a standard 2-0 win away from home. Will we get surprised by Leipzig, or can we just rush through to the next round? We actually get surprised and lose 2-1, but still go through 3-2 on aggregate to the quarterfinals. Stop, our good friends Arsenal. We are facing them first away from home in the quarterfinals, first leg at Arsenal Stadium, and we win 2-1. Malen with a brace puts us through, not through to the semis yet, but in a good position for the return leg in a week. We're in the second leg at home at Villa Park. Can we go through to the semi-finals, the next round? Yes, another 4-2 win. We trash Arsenal 6-3 on aggregate. Alex Baena, Malen, Yulman and Watkins, 4 different goal scorers. And Saka and Rudiger couldn't do anything for Arsenal. 6-3 on aggregate. The top teams left in the semi-finals. One match is PSG Manchester City. We face Bayern Munich, first away from home in Germany again, and we lose 2-1. Enzo turns the game around. Is that Enzo Fernandez? Yes, I presume so. We are in the second leg, and it is crunch time now. We have to come back from behind, make a huge, massive comeback happen to get into that Champions League final, and we do. We've done it. I didn't expect that. We scored 5 goals. Rodgers, Malen, Watkins and Watkins. We went to extra time. It was 3-2 after 90, and we win it 5-2 on aggregate, 6-4. No, 6-4 on aggregate, 5-2 on the 9th. We are through to the UCL final. And in the final, we are facing PSG, the French Giants. That is going to be a tough matchup. We've absolutely walked the Premier League, 13 points out of Manchester City on 88 points, only 2 losses all season long. We absolutely deserve that title. So just about lost the FA Cup final to Manchester City. Could have made a double, but we lose 3-2 in the final. Carabao Cup goes to Liverpool over Manchester City. Here we've made round 4 before getting knocked out by Liverpool. Having a look at the other 2 European competitions, where Porto win the Europa League in a Jose Mourinho derby over Chelsea, and Lazio defeat Rennes in the Conference League final. Ollie Watkins is just a freak. 44 goals for him, 25 and 15 for Malen. We have 23 and 18 for the 24-year-old, 88 rated Morgan Rogers, and 17 even from CDM for Yulmand. It is then Estadio Metropolitano, the Champions League final. Just look at our players. Martinez, 91 rated. Araujo, 91 rated. Yulmand, 89 rated. A phenomenal team. Watkins still 89. Baena 86. Madsen 87. A phenomenally well-rounded team, ready to claim the Champions League. Careful, PSG playing behind here. This is Barcola, and Araujo stands him up. Madsen. Looking for overlapping Alex Baena. Here is Baena for the first time. Looking to go inside, showing off a little bit. Baena! Here goes Barcola up against Cancelo. He's faster than him, but Cancelo is still keeping up. Barcola back into Neves now. This is Vitinha. They are playing some fast football here, PSG, but Araujo saves us. Here comes Alex Baena again. This is Baena on the counter. This could be an opportunity. Morgan Rogers. Wow, what a turn. Morgan Rogers into Watkins. Just wide. Here come PSG, who've got hold of Hendrick somehow, but we defend him so well and now go the other way. This is Rogers. Looking for the ball into Alex Baena. 1-0. I thought he'd stuff that up, but he put it very, very easily into the bottom corner to make it Aston Villa 1, PSG 0 before half-time. PSG trying to react here immediately with Barcola, who runs into the box up against Tomori, who does really well. Ball falls to Malen, now Watkins, and still Rogers. This is Rogers. Rogers! No. We have been the better side in the first 45. We just have to finish this off now, this job, in the second half. As PSG try to attack us right away through Hendrick. But once again, this is Konza defending well. Now Kamara, the other way. Going into Watkins. Good ball. This is Watkins up against Hakimi. Tricks him. This is Watkins. Again, just wide. Just in the first half. Now Malen into Cancelo, overlapping. This is Joao Cancelo. He still got it at the age of 32. Cancelo looking for Oli Watkins. No problem for Donnarumma. Ullmann, great header. Immediately after, this is Rogers. Still Morgan Rogers. Look at his dribbling. Look at him go and score. 2-0 Aston Villa. We deserve that. We are 2-0 up after 66 minutes. A great piece of business here by Morgan Rogers. Look at this, Stuck goes past and then goes all the way and puts it with his weaker foot into the bottom corner. 2-0. PSG trying to find a response into Hendrick. Hendrick one-on-one with Martinez, scores. But no, he doesn't score. How has he not scored from there? How has that gone past? I am bringing on Cash for Cancelo. He is quite tired. Also Konza comes on for Tomori. Even want to bring on Duran for Watkins for the last quarter of an hour. PSG once again trying to go through, but the new man Konza defends well, and then Madsen puts in a bad ball, but again gets it back. Loses it again though. Still PSG on the attack. We are a bit in a shambles here, but Konza saving us, and Madsen. Malen once again waiting for the overlap by Matty Cash, who has got the legs now. This is Matty Cash. Matty Cash, can he finish it off? Duran, he tried to play in Duran, but this man didn't get to the ball. PSG trying to get one back late here. This is Barcola. Barcola into Roque. Vitor Roque gets one back. Once again, a little suspense here at the end. 90 minutes. 1-2. PSG get their goal. Baena looking for Duran to play him in behind. Can we decide the game here? No. But the game should still be decided. Duran had to make it 3-1, but he didn't. In the end, it doesn't matter as we still win the Champions League final by 2-1. That could have been like a 5-2 scoreline. In the end, we just didn't take the chances enough, but still it is enough. Baena and Rogers with the 2 goals in the final, and we beat PSG in what was a quite short rebuild, I have to say. 3 seasons we've already made it happen. First season we were in the Champions League, but didn't make it out of the playoffs. Second season we were in Europa League, and third season we are in the Champions League. Not only in it, but we are in it to win it, as well as winning the Premier League. So we have made Aston Villa the best club, not only in England, but in Europe. And lads, now that this job is finished, I hope that you liked it. I'm reminding you to push a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and also tell me in the comments what else you'd like to see next. As now, I'm going to leave you alone with Morten Ullmann celebrating the title, lifting the trophy. Could have been Martinez. In the end, it is Ullmann, the captain of Aston Villa. Martinez right beside him. We are finished with Aston Villa. They are the champions. They are the Champions League winners. I am going to say until next time, have a wonderful rest of your day. It's been Sombrero. I'm out.